He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't a general. He wasn't even a politician. He was a comedian. So how did Volodymyr Zelenskyy go from playing the president on television to leading Ukraine through a war that captured the world's attention? Before entering politics, Zelenskyy was one of Ukraine's most recognizable entertainers. As an actor, comedian, and producer, he spent years making television shows and building a successful media company. Then, in 2015, he starred in a television series called Servant of the People. The premise was simple. A frustrated schoolteacher delivers an angry speech about corruption. The video goes viral. And somehow, the teacher becomes president of Ukraine. Millions watch the show. What nobody expected was that reality would soon imitate fiction. By 2018, many Ukrainians had grown frustrated with corruption, political scandals, and the country's traditional leaders. Zelenskyy saw an opportunity. A political party was created using the same name as his television show, Servant of the People. Soon after, he announced his candidacy for president. His opponents had decades of political experience. He had none. No government experience, no military experience, and no parliamentary career. Yet voters were looking for someone different. In 2019, Zelenskyy won the presidency in a landslide, receiving more than 70% of the vote. To many observers, it felt like one of the most unlikely political victories in modern history. Then came 2022. Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Many expected Kyiv to fall quickly. Some believed Zelenskyy would leave the country. Instead, he stayed. Standing in the streets of Kyiv with members of his government, he released videos showing the world that Ukraine's leadership was still standing. In that moment, the comedian who once pretended to be president became something very different. A wartime leader. Zelenskyy has remained president of Ukraine since his election in 2019. Under Ukraine's martial law, presidential elections have not been held during the ongoing war. As a result, one of the most important questions in Ukrainian politics remains unanswered. When elections are eventually held again, will the comedian who became president be able to win the office once more?